Can investors still assume an oil and gas business that finds and produces oil at low cost per barrel can generate a sufficient return on capital for a long time to come?
Well, I'll give you a 10-word answer to that. I can't remember all the questions that were there, but I would say that people that are on the extremes of both sides are a little nuts. I would hate to have all hydrocarbons banned in 3 years, or you wouldn't want a world it wouldn't work. And on the other hand, what's happening will be adapted to over time, just as we've adapted to all kinds of things. I do not think I'm interested in a quote from 1997 because we've talked about this before. We have no problem owning Costco or Walmart, and a substantial number of their stores, and they sell cigarettes. It's a big item. It's something that brings people in. They know the price of cigarettes, and they put them up front, and so we don't. It's a very tough situation. We made that decision a long time ago when we went to Memphis, and we looked at a business that was a very, very good business, and it was much less harmful, at least from everything I could find out. It was much less harmful than smoking tobacco, chewing tobacco was. And these were decent people, and they were running a legal business, and they all chewed tobacco themselves. So they told me that their mother was 100 and chewing tobacco and all these things. But Charlie and I did go down in the lobby of that hotel, and we just said to ourselves, this is probably the best business we've ever seen. And I called my then son-in-law, Alan Reberg, and he'd studied chewing tobacco and its effects when he was working for a native-related organization, and we decided not to do it. But would we? I used to see ads in our paper from financial companies where I knew they were terrible. It's a very tough thing to decide whether you get in or out of a business. It's a very tough time to decide what companies benefit society more than others. I mean, I don't know whether. I think Chevron's benefited society in all kinds of ways, and I think it continues to do so, and I think we're going to need a lot of hydrocarbons for a long time, and we'll be very glad we've got them. But I do think that the world's moving away from them, too, and that could change. I don't like making the moral judgments on stocks in terms of actually running the businesses, but there's something about every business that if you knew what you wouldn't like, meat packers or anything. Have you ever gone through a meat packing? If you expect perfection, in your spouse or in your friends or in companies, you're not going to find it. And what you elect to do yourself, if you own an index fund, you're going to Chevron. And believe me, Chevron is not an evil company in the least. and I have no compunction about owning, in the least, about owning Chevron. And if we owned the entire business, I would not feel uncomfortable about being in that business.